Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Dimir Mill. So with Edge of Eternity, we got a Super Dimir Milling card in Singularity Rupture. A 6-mana sorcery, a 6-mana Dimir sorcery that says destroy all creature, then any number of target player mill half their library rounded down. So the craziest thing about milling half of our opponent's library is that we combo it immediately with Riverchurn Monument to mill the other half of the library. And guess what? If you mill half and then you mill the other half, your opponent won't have a library and they will lose. So that is the whole idea of this deck. But of course, Arena is very fast. Standard is very fast. This is a 6-mana play into another 6-mana play, right? Playing the Riverchurn Monument and exhausting it is the total of 6 mana. So we're not doing this on turn 3 or 4 here, and that means we need to survive for a very long time within the current standard. That's insane ask. And we can do that only by just having our whole deck full of removal. So we got Caustic Exhales. We're playing a dragon deck, so we're going to have a lot of Exhales to, destroy our opponent creatures. We're having 4 Dispelling Exhales to counter our opponent's spells as a quench for 2 mana, but if we hold a dragon in our hand, it's an overpowered mana leak. I'm not sure what else is counterless pay for. I think Geistsnare Flare is a counterless pay for, but here, this is a 2-mana counterless pay for, which is insanely good. We have 2 Nowhere to Run against all those pesky green decks. Well, guess what? All your hexproof means nothing. We have 3 Shoot the Sheriff, so that we can destroy creatures whenever we have a non-all-out creature we want to target. So we have a lot of kill spells in the deck, and we have a lot of counter spells. We also have 2 3 steps ahead to counter any spell outright. We have 4 Consult the Stars and 4 Stock Up to get our cards to get into the combo and prepare for the combo. And of course, because we're running all these Exhales, we are running a Dragon package with 3 Scavenger Regent and 3 Marang River Regent. So these regions are either very good at clearing the board or very good at drawing cards. But on the creature side, not on the Omen side, when we're playing them as their dragon features, the Scavenger Regent actually is not good at all. It's a 4-mana 4/4 flyer. This is War discard a card, which, I mean, our opponents making them discard might be good, but we're not a discard-heavy deck, and 4-mana 4/4 is not going to do anything when we're trying to mill out our opponent. On the other hand, Marang River Regent is an insanely good dragon card because it's a 6-mana 6/7 that says whenever this creature enters with bounce 2 permanent. 2 other non-land permanents. So we can't bounce itself, which is obvious, but we can bounce any other Marang River Regent we have on the board, and we can bounce our Nowhere to Run, replay it for more removal value. So that kind of idea can go the long stretch against a lot of creature-heavy decks. And the whole idea of this deck is that we're just going to last long enough so that our Singularity mills half their deck and our Riverchurn Monument mills the other half. Falling short of that, because a lot of times our opponent will just quit. When we last until turn 5 or 6, our opponent sees that they're not bursting us out with their stupid turn 1-2 creatures, and they'll just, lose their will to live and quit. So that is kind of the idea with this deck. Now, along with that, we have one other card that I really want to slot into this deck, and that's Ghost Vacuum. Ghost Vacuum is such a good card in the current standard, the current meta, because of every deck having graveyard synergy. Well, Ghost Vacuum sucks out that synergy. Now, you might think, why run Ghost Vacuum when you can run another card? Was it Lantern? Now, you can run the Soul Guy Lantern, which is so much better, right? Ghost Vacuum only sucks out 1 card at a time, whereas in Soul Guy Lantern, at a pinch, can exile their entire graveyard. Well, the thing is, our combo requires our opponent to have a graveyard. So we don't want to exile their entire graveyard if we don't have to. Now, if they are a dedicated graveyard deck, like Raise the Past, then we just need Ghost Vacuum to keep sucking things out every turn. That is necessary. But if they're not doing that, right, if they're not Raise the Past type of deck, then what we need to do is make sure that we Ghost Vacuum out their reanimation targets the moment they try to reanimate, and then leave everything else in the graveyard that we can then turn on the Riverchurn Monument. So that's the whole idea of the deck. A little bit tricky to play around, but something we have to learn to play with this deck. So to talk about the deck list, we got 4 Caustic Exhale, 2 Nowhere to Run, 3 Shoot the Sheriff as kill spells. We have 4 Dispelling Exhale and 2 3 steps ahead as counter spells. We have 4 Consult the Stars and 4 Stock Up as card draw. Then we have 3 Scavenger Regent and 3 Marang River Regent, the MRR, as our dragon of choice. Then our combo here. and the Ghost Vacuum is sort of a secret tech against potentially graveyard decks. Then, as far as lands go, we got 26 lands for our Dimir Mill, kind of slower build-up deck. 2 islands, 4 swamps, because we have 4 Gloomlake Verge, which defaults to island, but can turn into a swamp if we have any of these basic lands. We also have 4 Undercity Sewer and 4 Watery Grave, which are all island swamps that can turn on the Verge. We got 1 Demolition Field to break our opponents, man lands or utility lands, 3 Fountainport, which is always a good card to have in case we're fighting against a blue-white control deck. We can just kind of churn all the fish and kill them that way. And we have 4 Starting Towns, because Starting Towns is always a good card to have against, in the current meta, because our color spread does not have all the lands that we need. Now that is how I'm going to start off this Singularity Rupture Dimir Mill deck. Let's see how it will do in the current meta. Alright, our opponent is Eddie, 65123. Eddie's letting us go first. We have lots of lands. Okay. I would like to keep that, depending on what he does. Mountain? He has a Mako. Oh my god. Why does it... They smell blood in the water. They know what deck this deck is not good against, and they're only going to put me up against that. Well, it's been fun. So, okay, none of that. For sure, none of that. Why not have a Soul Cauldron on your turn 1? That seems like a good play. Another Mako. Into FOMO. How worried am I for a FOMO? Yeah, pumps the whole board, right? I don't want that to happen. There's 2 Makos, so if he discards a card, both of those Makos get big. Oh, that's a good draw. I think I dropped the Gloomlake Verge. And since he can't discard here, let's just do 1 to the board. Third Mako. And a profit. Okay. Let's give them their monument to their endurance. Draconautics. Do I need to kill that? I mean, I might as well. Other creatures, I mean that Mako. Alright, you mill 2 cards, please. Oh, they probably didn't want those anyways. I would like to destroy your board and mill half your deck. Give him a lot of cards in his graveyard. Does he have a Shatter? That's probably not what he wants to play this turn. He's got 31 cards in his deck. Oh, no. 31 cards in his graveyard and 19 cards in his deck, so we mill half of it. Mill half of it again. And GG. Alright, our opponent is Avery. Always win. Are you Avery? Or are you some other guy? Get clowning. Opponent goes first. Oh, this is gonna suck. Caustic Exhale costs 2. And have some card draws this time. And they're blue. They're the same deck again. Always same deck. Yeah, every removal counts. Undercity Sewers. There's that Cheering. Let's just get rid of it before you get your Kieran live. We get to stock up next turn, and then maybe we get to consult the turn after. It's a struggle, but it's something we can do. But opponent goes first, so this is their stock up turn. Momentum Breaker. Interesting. I mean, I don't want to have to stock up for a land. I don't have to. I could have drawn a land. Yeah. Don't be a coward. Gloomlake Verge is fine. Let's stock up. Stock up for a stock up and a Marang. Now our Exhale costs 1. But they do have Marang, Momentum Breaker, which is pretty difficult to hit. Oh, they don't have white. That's unfortunate for them. Fortunate for us. Now we can consult. I don't have to stock up here. I could though, right? I do have... How good is a stock up? It kind of turns off this whole turn. I don't want to have to do it. Flood Pit Drowner. We'll behold a dragon. There's a dragon. Should have stocked up. What can I draw here that matters? Only top 4. Exhale seems nice. We'll take a Watery Grave. Do you have another one of those? Flood Pit Drowners? They do. I don't want to get Kaitled. I'm pretty sure that's what he's hoping for. We're gonna get Hardcast Kaitled. No! I was tapped out. Okay. He didn't want to do it. I played an untapped land because I want to consult and still have mana in case I want to use the 2 mana for a counterspell or maybe pay for a Spell Pierce. 3 steps pretty nice. I'll take another Exile. I'm just gonna load up here. Can I get the momentum? The monument? Caustic Exhale. Do I want this Caustic Exhale? I want to dig into the monument, I think. That's the current plan. That's what you get for playing a 3-color deck. Get mana screwed. Alright, let's do this again. I would like to draw 2 more cards. There's that monument. And just take a land here. I do have a land to play already. So take a consult. I would have 2 mana up after Rupturing Singularity. I think I do that. It's just mill half their deck. No creature for me to destroy, so just half their deck. I'll settle for that. Seems like a Funky deck. Cryo. This is such a greedy deck. Tiny bones, you got it. Your bones are tiny. I will drop Consult. I even paid the life. This is what happens when you have a 3-color deck and you get Mana Spirit. Half your deck, please. Get exhausted. I guess that's the game. This is what happens when you never draw your planes. Oh, I got nowhere to run. Well, you're dead. Alright, our opponent is Saltic. Saltic? Saltic? The opponent goes first. Okay. Maybe at some point we'll play a game. I think they're here. Just thinking a long time for their mulligan. What kind of aggro deck are you playing? Forest? Then we're out. Okay, that kind of aggro deck. I mean, it won't matter. It's a Whirl Wagon turn 2. Just solidifies the game plan. Not quite, but still scary. Let's get rid of it. Don't want to see that in play. Traveling Chocobo. I don't want to see that in play either. It still works, right? Still hold a dragon. It killed the Chocobo. We have an Exhale. Now we get to really consult the star charts. Bristly Bill. Do I counter a Bristly Bill? He plays a land. What does that do for me? I'll let him have that. Doesn't seem too threatening. Much rather double consult here. This time I have swamps and no island. It's always one or the other, I feel like. Okay, well. Let me take these lands. They seem pretty good. And let me just -3 to the board. I'm not gonna Rupture here, because I want to use this mana for Consult. Get some cards. I think Scavenger is better than the Exhale. I could just take both, to be fair. I'd already have a land. Okay, he's back. This one can come into play tap. Like right now, I don't have the Monument, so blowing up half his deck doesn't do anything until I can blow up the other half. Stock up, Consult. Seems about right. And a Marang? Okay. Stock up. It's a sorcery. Land. And 3 steps? Do I even want that? It's a hard counter spell? You know what? Whatever. Still gotta discard, I think. Still gotta discard. I mean, I don't need double Rupture. One Rupture will be good enough. He's not playing anything. I mean, what was his plan? This is a mill deck. You're playing against a mill deck, you gotta do something. Maybe not. Maybe his plan is just to lose. Okay. Sack a land to get 2 lands. You don't get any ETB triggers for that. I will double consult again. I mean, I have Monument in the deck. I'll find it eventually. Right now, it's not eventually. Do I want another Fountainport? Oh boy. These are not good cards. I don't really want them. Oh. So... I guess I'll take another Fountainport. I can always discard it. And that's not what I wanted, so... Let's just do this now. Guess he has a bunch of protection spell against the for the druid. Won't work if your druid is dead. I had to play untap land there because of 3 steps. If I wanted 3 steps. Tifa. Let's behold a dragon. Pay 4. That's your entire board. Behold a sane dragon. -3. Can't protect Tifa because that's going to be a tap land no matter what. Sorry, Tifa. -3 still kills you. Another counter spell. You know, at some point we'll draw a Monument. Why are you whining? You're playing that deck. You deserve everything coming to you. Nothing? Alright. There we go. Finally. Here, I'll discard that one. Let's churn that river up. GG? Oh, that was not GG. I didn't mean to BM. This is where I hold my GG on the other side. Alright, our opponent is Walk Alone 13. You walk this lonely road? The only one that you will ever know? We go first. Alright. I mean, we do go first, but this Exhale is without a dragon here. This is a good hand, but it really will depend on what our opponent's doing. Where's my pet? How come his pet's here? I finished my mulligan. Turn 1 Land Elf? Oh yeah. Oh, Might. Okay, it's almost like Turn 1 Land Elf, but scarier. Well, shoot it before you protect. I used the shoot before this Exhale because I could draw a dragon. Then the Exhale costs 1. I didn't draw a dragon. Still, I could. Okay, no starting town on turn 4. Here is the challenger. I feel like he has a play. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he has a play, right? Guess we'll take an exhale. It's not great. It's -3, -3. I don't know what he has to protect. Yeah, why not? Make a lot of his cards go away. I think that's important. Nice. Do I want this land untapped? I think I do. It's a 5 mana 3 steps. Oh, he's got nothing? If you have nothing, you're gonna face the double consult the stars that will definitely demolish you. Do I want to stock up here? I would lose out on the 3 steps if I stock up, right? Maybe I don't stock up. Because I can always Fountainport, it's always value. And I don't even need to Fountainport out a creature, I can Fountainport out treasures. This will ramp me so far ahead. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this will work just fine. I'll take a swamp. Or take a Watery Grave. We'll take a swamp. Marang River Regent helps me draw cards. And a swamp I can pitch. Oh, you gonna leave? Goodbye. I guess you're gonna go walk alone. Alright, our opponent is El Catoro Zoro. Well, that's a lot of opponent goes first. Okay, well, we got 4 lands in the Marang River region and 2 removals to try to hit there. Maybe? We'll see. He gets opponent going first, and they turn 1. No. Okay. Never mind. We probably won't get there now that this happened. Warren Guard. With 1 green up. You can crack your Evolving Wilds, but it won't help you. Whenever 1 or more you control enters, they do gotta enter. We'll take this damage. I might have to counter something. Oh! Okay, I guess I don't. Does he not play anything? That is weird. Still think I hold up a counter spell. Unless he plays nothing, lets me consult twice. And exhale. Singularity against this deck? I mean, it's good, but he doesn't... No, you know what? He's got nothing on board. At some point, we can slam the Marang River region, and he really will just have nothing. Paw Patch. Yeah. Let's stop that from happening. I mean, he's got 1 mana left. I should do this. Got 1 creature. Should I even do anything here? I'll take those. That's a lot of exhales. I don't mind it. This is just weird is all. I don't want that. Here's a card that destroys our whole board. Be recasted, but it's a big dragon. Shelter? Yep. Shelter sort of makes sense, I guess. Not until I get nowhere to run. Ha! That's a good card. Alright, do I want to hit a demo field? Do I even need 3 mana up? I don't think so. Oh no, I can't count his rabbits no more. Let's bounce these. Wonder if he's gonna do it again. It would be such a bad play. Okay, sure. I hope you know how Nowhere to Run works, because I already showed you once. He didn't want to learn. He didn't want to learn his lesson. Took a Caustic Exhale and a Consult. Drop a land. I'll probably discard a land. Discard a land. This is game over. I mean, game over was a while ago, but our opponent didn't see it coming till now. GG. El Gato Zoro, goodbye. Alright, our opponent is the Encanter. No, Incarnator. I like the Encanter better. Hey, we gotta go first. Alright, we got a tap land to get out of the way, going first. Cool sleeves. Little cats. Everyone likes little cats. Watery Grave. Nope, no card draws. I need some card draws. Please don't turn one land we're elf. Oh, don't do that either. Come on. Yeah, loser. Alright, our opponent are Weird Dogs 42. Actually, no, there's one dog. Weird Dog 42. Gotta be a cat dog. This is a fat hen. Turn one Chocobo and draw dragon. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. Do you feel it? Do you taste it? Behold! My dragon. Delicious. Yeah, I gotta kill it before it gets to protect. Oh, another Chocobo, you say? Untap land. Untap land is no fun. This makes it a lot harder for me to interact with. So I'm not gonna play the Regent, or shoot the Sheriff. And I'm gonna hold the Regent to try to kill it. Oh no. It's getting too far. He's not gonna play a creature, he'll probably just kill me with the Chocobo. It's a lot of blue and not a lot of black. Guess we can start Fountainport jumping. Well, good thing we have something to counter. He's got 1 mana left. Oh, a little late for that. But better late than never. You got a protection. You're gonna snake skin your veil. Yeah. No thanks. Get that chocobo out of here. Don't snake skin my veil. Aw, you out of creatures? Of course not. You're never out of creatures. Alright. They didn't play a land though. That's important. Not playing a land means that he can pump this to a 6, or to a 3. And before he does, let's make sure he doesn't run. Let's make sure he doesn't run. Didn't run. Good boy. No more creatures? Didn't feel like any more creatures. Oh, consult the star chart, you say. Oh, this could be used to kill his next creature. And I think I would much rather have a Fountainport treasure. That's a chocobo. How do I want to destroy this chocobo? Because I think I could take one hit from it. Yeah, let's take one hit from the chocobo. I think it might be worth it. Hidden Nursery. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. Do some consulting with the star charts. Yo, those are some cards. It's kind of hard to pick which cards though. I mean, I definitely want to pick the Marang River region. I don't have any more card draw, so maybe I take a counter spell. I don't think I want to draw an extra card. Not right there, anyways. I want to do this. This is way more fun. Having Marang River region and nowhere to run is such a fun combo. Alright, you got your chocobo. Would you like to discover? Oh, and a stock up? You don't say. Not the best stock-ups, but they'll take it. Killing creatures is always nice. Is it time for him to pop the nursery? He does pop the nursery. Let's see it. Oh, a Landware Elf. 5 mana Landware Elf. Deserved. I think. Actually, how much mana do I have? I don't need to do that. I want to create a treasure. I create a treasure and you quit? Afraid of treasures? GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Dimir Mill games, how does this deck feel? I have to say, I had to do a little bit of trimming in this deck. When I first started this deck, I believe I had 4 Singularity Ruptures and 4 Riverchurn Monuments. Obviously, that's too many combo pieces, and a lot of times they get stuck in our hand while our opponent just aggro us out on turn 3 or turn 4. So those had to go down to 2 each. And I added in the Ghost Vacuum just because, you know, there was so many Cauldron decks and whatever have you that we need to have some graveyard hate. Now, of course, As soon as I put in the Ghost Vacuums, none of the graveyard decks showed up again. But that's, that's still good, right? That's stopping me from playing a matchup that I don't really like to play. So here we go. This is the deck. This is the current version of the deck that I want to run. I also cut a Shoot the Sheriff. I cut a Singularity. I cut a Shoot the Sheriff for 2 Nowhere to Run. Too many green decks out there with their Snakeskin Veils. Once Nowhere to Run is out, all the Snakeskin Veils no longer have their effects, which is very good. Now that I've went through a whole deck, right? I went through a whole day of playing this deck. I do think there are some additional trimming that should be done. I think starting count can go down to 3. 4 is too many. I definitely think 3 starting counts is enough. Now, I also think maybe we can even go down to 3 Caustic Exhale or 3 Dispelling Exhale to put in some duresses. I really am kind of missing duresses in this deck. So a lot of times I don't know what my opponent is planning. And that's a big issue with this deck, right? You want to mill your opponent's deck, but you want to know what they're planning, so you have to know what the proper timing is to pull the trigger. So that is what this deck currently is missing. Now, this deck works very well in the current existing very predictable meta where every other deck is green. They're doing that chocobo thing. It's very easy to kill. Just make sure you kill their creatures on your turn, or whenever you have nowhere to run, then their whole deck's worthless. That's how we win. But maybe some new combo deck kind of pops up, and a lot of these cards stop having their effects, and that's some fine-tuning that needs to be done afterwards. Or there are some fine-tuning that needed to be done afterwards. I don't think Tragic Trajectory is a good card to replace Caustic Exhale. I've seen a lot of decks do that. I see a lot of decks run Tragic Trajectory, which is a pretty good 1-mana spell, but it is a sorcery, and this deck really needs to go on the offensive and have that instant speed interactions when we can, because we have to hold up our mana to decide whether or not we do their interaction spells or we do our card draw, since we need to make sure we hit our combo, mana. We have our combo cards when we have the mana to play the combo. So that's a little bit trickier. The only sorcery that I really like to play is Stock Up. Everything else, I want to play at instant speed. Well, obviously, until the combo happens. And Nowhere to Run definitely help us do that, and it's very important because of all those Snakeskin Veils. But that's the whole idea for this deck. I think this deck works pretty well right now, and I don't think that the rest is that important, although I would like to have it. I think it would be a better version, but even just this version itself right now, I think will put up numbers in Standard. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.